Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into some serious ancient wisdom, the kind of stuff that can blow your mind wide open. We're talking about Sun Tzu's The Art of War. This book, man, is like a blueprint for strategy and tactics that goes way beyond the battlefield. We're going to explore 21 key principles from this bad boy. And get this, we're going to do it through these incredible digital sculptures. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. All right, let's kick things off with principle number 1, strategy. This sculpture, man, it's like a chessboard come to life. Sun Tzu knew that success isn't about brute force, it's about using your brain. It's about planning your moves, anticipating your opponent, and always being a few steps ahead. You can't just wing it out there in life, whether you're building a business, writing a book, or even just trying to navigate this crazy world. Strategy is everything. Next up, we got adaptability. This sculpture, man, it's like a chameleon, constantly shifting and changing. If you're too rigid, too stuck in your ways, you're gonna get crushed. You've got to be able to adapt, to evolve, to become like water, man, flowing around obstacles and finding a new path to your goal. Now we're getting into the real nitty-gritty. Know yourself, know your enemy. This sculpture, it's like a mirror reflecting back at you. Sun Tzu knew that before you can even think about winning, you got to understand your own strengths and weaknesses. But it's not enough to just know yourself. You got to know your opponent just as well, if not better. Chapter 4. Preparation. This sculpture, man, it's like a blacksmith forging a weapon, hammering away at it, perfecting it. Preparation is key, man. Sun Tzu knew that victory is won before the battle even begins. It's all about putting in the work, honing your skills, and making sure you're ready for anything. Whether you're going for a job interview, a big date, or even just stepping out your front door, preparation is key. Chapter 5. Deception. This sculpture, it's like a magician's illusion, making you question what's real and what's not. Sun Tzu knew that war is a game of smoke and mirrors. You've got to keep your enemy guessing, make them think you're weaker than you are, or stronger, whatever it takes to gain the upper hand. Sometimes you've got to play your cards close to your chest and let the other guy think he's got you all figured out. Chapter 6. Efficiency. This sculpture, man, it's like a perfectly oiled machine, every part working in harmony. Efficiency is about doing more with less, about achieving your objectives with minimal waste. Sun Tzu knew that wasting resources is a surefire way to lose a war. Focus on what's important and make every move count. Chapter 7. Timing. This sculpture, man, it's like a surfer waiting for the perfect wave, patient and poised. Timing is everything. Acting at the right moment can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Chapter 8. Leadership. This sculpture, man, it's like a lion leading its pride, strong and fearless. Leadership, man, it's not about bossing people around, it's about inspiring them, motivating them, guiding them to greatness. Chapter 9. Unity. This sculpture, man, it's like a flock of birds flying in formation, moving as one. Unity, man, it's about teamwork, about coming together with a shared purpose and working towards a common goal. When we put aside our differences and work together, we can achieve incredible things. Chapter 10. Resource management. This sculpture, man, it's like a farmer carefully tending to their crops, making sure every seed has what it needs to grow. Resource management, it's about being a good steward of what you have, whether it's money, time, energy, whatever. Chapter 11. Decisiveness. This sculpture, man, it's like a samurai wielding their sword with precision and speed. Decisiveness, man, it's about being able to make tough calls under pressure, to trust your gut and go for it. Sun Tzu knew that hesitation can be fatal on the battlefield. Trust your instincts and make the damn decision. Chapter 12. Positioning. This sculpture, man, it's like a hawk circling above the battlefield, surveying the landscape. Positioning, man, it's about choosing your battles wisely, about putting yourself in a position to win. Sun Tzu knew that sometimes the best way to win a fight is to avoid it altogether. Choose your ground wisely and fight only when you have the advantage. Chapter 13. Innovation. This sculpture, man, it's like a spark of lightning, a sudden burst of creative energy. Innovation, man, it's about thinking outside the box, about coming up with new and unexpected ways to outmaneuver your opponent. Risk assessment. This sculpture, man, it's like a tightrope walker carefully navigating a dangerous path, every step calculated and precise. Risk assessment, man, it's about weighing the potential rewards against the potential consequences, about making smart bets and avoiding unnecessary risks. Sometimes the best course of action is to proceed with caution. Chapter 15. Discipline. This sculpture, man, it's like a Zen garden, perfectly balanced and ordered. Discipline, man, it's about staying focused, staying on track even when things get tough. We got to be willing to put in the work even when we don't feel like it, because that's how we achieve greatness. This sculpture, man, it's like a network of interconnected nodes passing information back and forth. Communication, man, it's the key to any successful relationship, any successful team, any successful anything really. We got to be clear, concise and respectful in our communication with others. This sculpture, man, it's like a pressure point on the human body, a small area that can bring down a much larger opponent. Exploiting weaknesses, man. It's not about being ruthless, it's about being strategic. Every opponent has a weakness, a chink in their armor, and finding that weakness can be the key to victory. This sculpture, man, it's like a seed slowly germinating beneath the soil, waiting for the right time to sprout. Patience, man, it's a virtue, as they say. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing at all, to wait for the right opportunity to present itself. This sculpture, man, it's like a ninja appearing out of thin air, striking before their opponent even knows what hit them. Surprise, man, it's about being unpredictable, about catching your opponent off guard and using their confusion to your advantage. Sometimes the best way to get ahead is to zig when everyone else is zagging. This sculpture, man, is like a beacon of light shining through the darkness, guiding people towards a better way. Moral influence, man, it's about leading by example, about inspiring others to be their best selves through your own actions. We got to be the change we want to see in the world. To be better than we were yesterday. So there you have it, folks. 21 principles from Sun Tzu's The Art of War, brought to life through these amazing digital sculptures. This ancient wisdom, man, it's as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. But these principles, they're not just about war, they're about life, man. By integrating these principles into our lives, we can navigate the challenges of the 21st century and achieve our goals with wisdom, integrity, and a whole lot of badassery.